Namaskar everyone. Once again, welcome to Social Science session. Today, we are going to start with a new chapter, that is chapter number 1, Resources and Development. So when we talk about resources, the very first question that comes in our mind is, what is resource? So, resource, you may say, everything present around us, living things, non living things. But how can we give a proper definition? So you may say कि सर जिसे हम खाते हैं, जिसे हम यूज करते हैं, उसे रिसोर्स कहा जाता है. So to great extent you are correct also. But when we talk about broader definition or meaning of resource, we can say resource is something that satisfy our need. It is useful to us and has got value. Then only anything can be considered as resource. Let's take an example. If I give you medicine right now, say crocin or metacin, right, or maybe total, decold. So right now you all are fit and fine. So my medicine that I am giving to you right now is not a resource for you. Why? At present you don't require, because you are absolutely fine. So at present situation, the medicine of cold or cough is not a resource for you. But maybe in future when you are not feeling well, then the same medicine becomes a resource for you. So from this we can conclude that resource changes from person to person, place to place, and time to time. Everything is not a resource for us 24/7 into 365 days. But surely it becomes a resource at one point or another point. This is the broader concept what we say. But as per our 10th standard, when we discuss about resource means what? Anything available in our environment which satisfy our need when we consume, right? So we should get satisfaction. That is one of the factor that is very important. If you don't get satisfaction, then it won't be considered as resource. Second, technologically accessible. We should be in a position to access to it very easily with the help of technology. Economically feasible, the purchasing power and having the value. And finally, culturally acceptable, means we can say the society has accept it. When all these 4 points are fulfilled, then only we can say that anything present in our environment is resource. Otherwise, it won't be considered as resource. Here you can see the example. We have the wind power, solar power, water resource, right? Then crude oil, land resource, animal resource, natural oil, mining, and so on. These all are resource for us. Now we are going to discuss about classification of resources. So the first classification of resources on the basis of origin. On the basis of origin, we have two types of resources: biotic and abiotic resource. First, we will learn about biotic resource. So biotic resources are those resources that are around us, that is all the living things. it may be flora, fauna, right? These are the biotic resource that we have in our nature. So here you can see example the various types of animals I have for you. Then here you can see the sea world, then fauna, different types of fauna that you have here. So these are the examples of biotic resource, that is living organisms in our surrounding. Second that we have is abiotic resource. Abiotic resource means all the non-living things around us. So again here we have the examples, we have the stones, we have the different types of rocks, igneous rock, again the variety of igneous rock, sedimentary rocks, then the variety of sedimentary rocks we have, then metamorphic rock, then the variety of metamorphic rock that we have. So these are abiotic resource. Further we move on the basis of exhaustibility. Exhaustibility means something that can come to an end. So on that basis, again, resources are of two types. The first one we have renewable resources, and the second we will learn is non-renewable resources. So as the word suggests, renewable, so which can be renewed again. So here we have the example forest. The trees grows, dries, and maybe cut by the people, or naturally it dries up and maybe caught fire and it comes to an end and decompose again. A new tree grows with the help of the sapling or the seeds. Then we have the solar and wind both. So these are continuously getting renewed again and again. We keep on using and it keeps on getting renewed. Then we have the animals, right? So the reproduction process goes on and on. So this generation moves, right? So getting renewed again and again. So these are few examples. So resources which can be easily renewed in a short period of time is known as renewable resources. So here resources can be renewed again by physical, chemical, or maybe mechanical process is known as renewable resource. Next we have is non-renewable resource, that is the second one. So those resources which cannot be renewed at all. That is within short period it is not possible at all. Yeah, it can be renewed, but again it takes millions and millions of years. So by that time we all will not be alive. So that's why we consider as it won't be renewed again. Take example fossil fuel, petroleum. It is not that they cannot be renewed, but their process of renewable take millions and millions of years. And by that time, the era of Kali Yuga, the age in which we are living, it will come to an end. So, we will not be there in future to use. That's why we call it as non-renewable resource. So, examples we have the crude oil or petroleum, then we have the stones that we have. Again, these cannot be renewed. We move on to the next classification on the basis of ownership. So on the basis of ownership, we have four types of resources. First one we have is individual resource. So as the word suggests, individual means personal. So every property that a person owns personally is known as individual resource. So take example, house, plot, fixed deposit. These are that we personally own. The house that we live in, it may be on the name of the grandfather, or maybe on the name of the father, or maybe on the name of the mother. Maybe father or grandfather might have invested on some plot for future purpose. Maybe having the fixed deposits, right? So these all are called individual property, that is personally yours. Second resource that we have on the basis of ownership is community resource. So as the word again says community, so all the members of the community can use it. We can say just like our सुलभ शौचालय, pay and use. तो हर कोई व्यक्ति जो है उसको पे कर कर यूज कर सकता है, और इफ यू आर द पार्ट ऑफ द सोसाइटी देन यू कैन यूटिलाइज इट. So these are accessible to all the members of the community. So here we have the park, here we have the pond from where all the members of the village they can fetch water from the village. Then here we have the grazing ground where animals, right, are grazing. We have the graveyards. So these are the community resource. So all the members of the community can utilize it. The third one under that is national resource. So again the word national. So national says means every resource that we have within the political boundary of our country. So that becomes the national resource. So examples we have our Indian Army, railways, Taj Mahal, Hawa Mahal, all these are within the political boundaries of India. And even in the water area up to 22 nautical miles, it belongs to the particular country. And after 200, right, nautical miles, it does not belongs to anyone. It is common for everyone. So not a single country can access that is found after 200 nautical miles. The fourth one that we have under ownership is international resource. So international resource means something that is beyond our political boundaries. So if something that is outside India's boundary, that does not belong to India. So that is considered as international resource. As just now I said, after 200 nautical miles, the thing does not belong to any particular country. So it is open for all. So we had to take the permission from the international board and accessible to everyone later on. So here we have the Eiffel Tower, the Titanic, doesn't belong to India. Emirates flight, again not belonging to us. So these are the few examples that I have for you, which for us is international resource. Now the next classification comes is on the basis of status of development. Okay, what is the present situation in terms of development? Whether it is 100% developed, 80% developed, 40% developed, or still in a process of developing. According to that, again we have the four types. First one that we have is potential resource. So as the word says potential, क्षमता है, right? Like we all students, right? Every human being is having the potential to do some wonder in their life. But where we lack is we don't realize ourselves. We don't have faith. Somewhere we lack confidence. ऐसा किया फेल हो गया तो ऐसा मुझसे नहीं हो सकता है, लोग क्या कहेंगे. तो ये सब डर और लैक ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस के कारण हम स्टेप्स लेते ही नहीं हैं. व्हाट विल हैपन अगर हम कुछ करते हैं फेल हो गए? नथिंग. हमने एक तरीका सीखा कि भाई इस तरीके से ये काम नहीं हो सकता है. So that is the positive thing that we have learned. So keep on trying. So let's come to the potential resource. So these are the resources that are found in any particular region. But the problem lies we are not using them say 100%, or maybe just started. Little bit we are using, not completely we can say. So very good example we have is solar and wind energy. These two energy, renewable energy, are found in vast quantity in both the state of Gujarat and Rajasthan. But unfortunately, the government is not utilizing these resources 100%. It means both the state have the potential of both the energies, but still not utilizing 100%. Though they have started, but still it's just an initial stage. The second one is developed resource. So, as the word says, resources include coal, iron, river, petroleum, etc., which are surveyed. हमने उनका सर्वे कर लिया है, उनकी क्वांटिटी और क्वालिटी भी हमें पता है, और हमने डिटरमाइन कर लिया, हमें पक्का पता है कि ये कितने वर्षों तक चलेगा. We are sure about those resources. Okay, for these many years, this resource is going to be helpful to me. Let's take petroleum. So as per the survey, what it is said, okay, maybe by 2045, most of the country will be having acute shortage of resources. This is what the survey says. Right? So accordingly, we had to decide that now we would like to have vehicles more running on petroleum. We would like to have some alternative of the petroleum. That we have to decide. Why? We are sure that the quantity is very less. The quality is of which category? So we are sure about that. Similarly, rivers. So how many rivers we have, that we are aware. Water. So how we have to utilize that, that we have to decide. The coal that we have, fossil fuel, again we are aware about the quantity and quality both. So we have to plan them, utilize them in the utmost better way. Then only they are going to last for a longer with us. The next one is stock. That is on the basis of status of development. Under that, the third topic is stock. So stock means something that we have with us, but maybe because of the lack of proper technology, we are not in a condition to assess them, utilize them, or take advantage of those resources. यानी ये रिसोर्स हमारे नेचर में है, पर हम इनका उपयोग क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे हैं? क्योंकि हमारे पास वैसी टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं है. अभी भी वो टेक्नोलॉजी बनाना शायद बाकी है, या मे भी हमारे देश के पास वो टेक्नोलॉजी है ही नहीं, इसलिए हम इन रिसोर्सेस का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. राइट? तो एग्जाम्पल अगर हम ले, तो यूरेनियम जो लद्दाख में है, तो उसे हम एक्सट्रैक्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. सो वी हैव टू इंपोर्ट यूरेनियम फ्रॉम द डिफरेंट कंट्रीज लाइक रशिया और ऑस्ट्रेलिया. तो जब वो टेक्निक आ जाएगी, टेक्नोलॉजी आ जाएगी कि हम लद्दाख में से निकाल सकते हैं, तब वो लद्दाख में जो यूरेनियम है वो हमारे लिए स्टॉक नहीं रहेगा. बट राइट नाउ इट इज अ स्टॉक. व्हाई वी डोंट हैव द टेक्नोलॉजी टू एक्सट्रैक्ट द यूरेनियम फ्रॉम लद्दाख? द रीजन में बी मैनी. वन ऑफ द रीजन में भी कि भी अगर हम अभी निकालते हैं तो जितना यूरेनियम नहीं होगा, उससे ज्यादा हमारा डबल खर्च हो जाएगा, तो उसको निकालने का कोई मतलब नहीं है. Another example we have is H2O, वाटर, जो कंपाउंड है, हाइड्रोजन और ऑक्सीजन का बना है. तो वी ऑल नो के एटमॉस्फेयर में हमारा जो है हाइड्रोजन भी है और ऑक्सीजन भी है. बट ऐसी कोई टेक्नोलॉजी अभी हमारे पास नहीं है कि हम हवा में से दोनों एयर को ले ले एटमॉस्फेयर में से और वाटर बना दे. जबकि हमें पता है, बट हमारे पास अभी टेक्नोलॉजी है ही नहीं कि हम वाटर बना सके. But in future, when you all will discover or invent such type of technology, maybe we might be carrying the cylinder or some mask type, and प्यास लगे और मुंह में पाइप डाली and done. but that is the future activity. The fourth under that is reserve. तो नाम ही बता रहा है रिजर्व, यानी मुसीबत के समय पर हम इसका इस्तेमाल करेंगे। यानी अभी रेगुलर है, चल रहा है, चलने दो, जितना हम खींच सकते हैं खींच लो, बट जब बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत पड़े तब हम इसका इस्तेमाल करेंगे। जैसे हमारे घर में इट्स फीमेल नेचर के मेल मेंबर अर्निंग मेंबर कितना भी पैसा देता है उसमें से somehow they manage to save little money every month। कुछ ना कुछ वो थोड़ा थोड़ा किसी तरह भी उसमें से पैसा निकाल के सेविंग कर लेती है। एंड मे बी इन नियर बाय फ्यूचर कभी ऐसे पैसे की आवश्यकता पड़ी तब वो अपना खजाना निकालती, ये लो मेरी तरफ से 50,000। एंड देन द पर्सन इज सरप्राइज, अरे तुम्हारे पास ये कहां से आया? तब ये छोटी छोटी सेविंग जो हमारी 50 रुपए, 100 रुपए, 200 रुपए, व्हेन वी कीप ऑन डूइंग एंड आफ्टर 10 इयर्स 15 इयर्स ये बड़ी अमाउंट में कन्वर्ट हो जाती है। सो दिस इज हाउ द केस इज विद द रिजर्व ऑल्सो। दीज आर द रिसोर्सेज विच आर विथ अस, राइट। सो इट इज सबसेट ऑफ स्टॉक, यानी ये स्टॉक का पार्ट ही है एक प्रकार से, राइट, जिसको हम एक्सेस कर सकते हैं टेक्नोलॉजी की मदद से। सो वी कैन यूज देम, वी कैन पुट देम टू यूज वेरी इजीली विद द हेल्प ऑफ टेक्निकल नो हाउ। टेक्निकल नो हाउ यानी टेक्नोलॉजी हमारे पास है, हम उसका इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं और मे भी थोड़ा बहुत कर भी रहे हैं, बट हम उसे बचा के रख रहे हैं कि अभी इतनी उसकी हार्ड एंड फास्ट रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, इसीलिए हम नियर बाय फ्यूचर में उसका इस्तेमाल करेंगे। सो वी हैव रिटन नो हाउ बट देयर यूज हैज बीन नॉट बीन स्टार्टेड। एग्जाम्पल वाटर इन द डैम और द फॉरेस्ट। क्या आज हमारे यहाँ बहुत सारी नदियां हैं, बहुत सी नदियों के ऊपर हम डैम्स बना सकते हैं, बट हमने लिमिटेड रिवर्स के ऊपर डैम्स बनाए हैं। क्यों? अभी उतना हार्ड एंड फास्ट नहीं है कि मैक्सिमम हम हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोड्यूस करें, बट जब नियर बाय फ्यूचर में ऐसा लगेगा कि उसकी आवश्यकता अब ज्यादा है तो फिर मैक्सिमम रिवर्स के ऊपर हम डैम्स बनाएंगे, एंड देन दीज रिवर्स विल बिकम the resource for us 100%. Right now they are reserve resource for us. Moving on the next topic, right, that is a question that we have for us. Indiscriminate use of resources had led to numerous problems. Justify the statement. कि आज हम हमारे पास जो रिसोर्सेस है उसको हम अच्छी तरह यूटिलाइज नहीं कर रहे हैं, जिसके कारण आज हमारे बीच में बहुत सारी समस्याएं उत्पन्न हो गई है। अब इन समस्याओं को कैसे हम सॉल्व करेंगे वो भी आगे हम देखेंगे, पर कैसे वो देख लें। तो पहला पॉइंट हमारा दिया गया है, डिप्लीशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज फॉर सेटिस्फाइंग द ग्रीड ऑफ अ फ्यू इंडिविजुअल। कि हमारे पास जो रिसोर्सेस हैं, द रिसोर्सेस दैट वी हैव, उसका यूज हम मैक्सिमम जो है किसके लिए कर रहे हैं? जो गिने चुने 5, 10, 15% रिच सेक्शन है हमारी सोसाइटी की, उनकी आवश्यकताएं, उनके लालच को पूर्ण करने के लिए हम उसका इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं। Then what about the remaining 90%, 95% section of the society which belong to poor section और मिडिल क्लास फैमिली? तो उनके लिए बहुत कम ही रिसोर्स यूटिलाइज हो रहा है। मैक्सिमम तो जो है वो इन 10 to 20% रिच सेक्शन लोगों के लिए इस्तेमाल हो जाता है। सेकेंड, एक्यूमुलेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेस इन अ फ्यू हैंड्स। कि आज हमारे पास जो रिसोर्सेस हमारे नेचर में है वो नेचर का दिया हुआ है या मैन मेड हो, तो उसका मैक्सिमम अमाउंट जो हम कहेंगे वो किनके हाथों में है? अगेन दोस अल्ट्रा रिच पीपल, उनके हाथों में ही है, जिसके कारण हमारा समाज दो पार्ट में डिवाइड हो जाता है। जिसके पास है वो और जिसके पास नहीं है वो, या दूसरे शब्दों में मैं कहूं तो रिच एंड पुअर। तो इस तरह हमारे समाज का दो पार्ट में विभाजन हो जाता है, डिवीजन हो जाता है, जिसके कारण डिस्पैरिटी, दूरियां बढ़ती जा रही कि वी आर द रिच सेक्शन ऑफ द पीपल and you are the poor section, and as we see in the movie the differences and discrimination because of the money. And finally, as we are not utilizing these resources in a proper manner, हम इसका इस्तेमाल अच्छी तरह नहीं करते हैं, तो क्या प्रॉब्लम खड़ा हो जाता है? मिसयूज हो रहा है, एक्सेस यूज हो रहा है, बहुत सारी समस्याएं इसके कारण शुरू हो जाती हैं। तो ग्लोबल वार्मिंग होता है, ओजोन डिप्लीशन हो रहा है, एनवायरनमेंट पोल्यूट हो रहा है, लैंड डिग्रेडेशन हो रहा है। ये सभी कारण, इन सब के सभी कारण हैं कि हम रिसोर्स का इस्तेमाल अच्छी तरह नहीं कर रहे हैं, जैसा मन आया वैसे करते जा रहे हैं। तो जिसके कारण ये सब प्रॉब्लम आज हमें एनवायरनमेंट से फेस करनी पड़ रही है। सो देयरफॉर अब क्या कर सकते हैं जब रिसोर्स इस तरह मिसयूज हो रहे हैं, अच्छी तरह हम यूटिलाइज नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, तो हमें जरूरत है एक प्लानिंग की। और अगर ये प्लानिंग हम नहीं करेंगे तो वो समय दूर नहीं है जब इन रिसोर्सेज की हमारे बीच में कमी हो जाएगी। आगे आने वाली पीढ़ी को ये रिसोर्सेज देखने को नहीं मिलेंगे, उनका डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो पाएगा, या इन रिसोर्सेज को वो एंजॉय नहीं कर पाएंगे। तो आवश्यकता है सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की। तो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट यानी क्या? यानी रिसोर्सेज जिसे हमें अच्छी तरह इस्तेमाल करना है, हमारा भी डेवलपमेंट हो, और साथ ही साथ हमें ध्यान रखना है कि उन रिसोर्सेज को हम डैमेज ना करें, ताकि जो आगे आने वाली पीढ़ी है वो भी इन रिसोर्सेज का इस्तेमाल करे अपने डेवलपमेंट के लिए। तो इसे हम सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट कहते हैं। एक उदाहरण हम ले लें, आज हमारे सासन गिर में, दैट इज इन गुजरात, वेयर ओनली द एशियाटिक लायंस आर फाउंड। अब अगर हम कहें कि चलो भाई हम एक्सपेडिशन के लिए निकल जाते हैं सभी, और बहादुरी दिखाते हैं, और वी ऑल वेंट से, आप सभी लोग